Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to our Juneteenth celebration and flag raising. I'm going to begin by doing the land acknowledgement, and then I will do a welcome. And if anybody wants to come on in or, come as close to me as you wish to. As I always say, come as close to me as you want to. All right, so without further ado, we are settlers. The Massachusetts people have been tirelessly striving for human rights. I've missed part of this. The Wakefield Human Rights Commission acknowledges that the lands we now call Wakefield are the ancestral homelands of the Massachusetts people, who have been the caretakers of the unceded land for centuries and will continue to be for centuries to come. We are settlers. The Massachusetts people have been tirelessly striving for human rights, even in the face of land theft, genocide, and forced removal. The work we do to build a more unified, equal, and diverse community grows out of the efforts, leadership, and guidance of countless Native communities. We commit to honoring this continued Native activism as we do our work. In doing so, we dedicate time in our meetings throughout the year to help educate those in the community about the Native people of Massachusetts, past, present, and their work toward the future. We stand with the Massachusetts Indigenous Legislative Agenda in celebrating the Indigenous Peoples' Day in place of Columbus Day. Now, I'm going to switch apps, which is a little bit not professional of me, but please forgive me. So thank you all for coming out. It is lovely to see you. Thank you to I'd like to thank and recognize the town administrator, Steve Mayo. He's retired and he continues to come out, which is really lovely. And thank you for your support over the years. And I'd like to recognize M. Sheeran, who is the district director here on behalf of Senator Jason Lewis. Thanks to Pete Davis, Melissa Quinn, Stephen Ingalls here on behalf of the school committee, and thanks to the Wakefield Police, and thank you to John Chines, who will speak in a moment, from the town council. It is lovely to see you all here. Thanks to the North Shore Juneteenth Association, who helps to put together this event. I am here on behalf of the HRC. My name's Jess Sudich, and it's really great to do these events, especially now in these times. I think that community, I keep talking about community and kindness is the most important thing that we have right now. I think that it is so good to remember and talk to one another and to remember our commonalities and to really continue to humanize one another. It seems like a strange thing to say, but I think that it's so important to remember that we are all striving for so many of the same things. We are all trying to build communities and to reach out to our neighbors and to support one another and to build a life in America. And so I think that the more we reach out and see each other and remember that, I think that it is really important work. So I am going to begin to bring people up, and they will start to tell you things, and they will share songs and words of inspiration, and I think it's going to be really lovely. It is always lovely to see you all here. First, I will bring, you can clap. Do you want to, I saw it, okay. Do it. Give me a breath. So I'd like to bring up John Chines, who is our town council vice chair, to speak on behalf of Wakefield. Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, let me move this up a little bit. Thank you so much for coming to our Juneteenth flag raising today. On behalf of the town of Wakefield, it's really my pleasure to be here, speaking on behalf of the town council to welcome you all to this event. I just want to again acknowledge Town Administrator Steve Mayo. Jess gave him a little bit of an early retirement and said he was retired. I would like to point out he has 2 weeks left, and I'm still trying to convince him to stay. So if you want to have a word with him, or maybe really if you want to have a word with his wife to see if we could keep him longer than 2 weeks, I'd appreciate that. I also do want to send along the regrets from Town Council Chair Maureen Butt. She is traveling on a well-deserved vacation today, but I know this is one of her favorite events of the year, and she would have loved to have been here otherwise. A couple of other acknowledgments I do want to say. Jess, everyone in the Human Rights Commission, thank you so much for putting this together. Big round of applause for you. I was talking to Em a few minutes ago, and one of the things that we commented on is there's so much going on this time of year, and even just over the last couple of months, between Juneteenth, the Pride flag raising, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, the HRC has put together some incredible events. You guys do an amazing job here in the community. We're so lucky to have you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I also want to acknowledge the Junior ROTC from Lynn English. Thank you for coming today to help us to raise the flag. We'll be hearing from some amazingly talented individuals in a few minutes. Janie and Michelle, thank you for joining us again this year, and look forward to hearing you share your gifts with us. And then finally, want to give a big thank you to the North Shore Juneteenth Association for partnering with us again this year. They are incredibly busy this time of year. They go from community to community to spread the word and raise awareness about Juneteenth. And they're also busy all year spreading the word and raising awareness about Black American culture. They do great work, and it's an honor to have them here as part of our partnership today. So as I was reflecting on what to say today, I was thinking about the words of Dr. King when he said, "The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice." And I was at work earlier today at a Juneteenth event, thinking about just where we are right now in our country, and thinking about the fact that that arc seems to be extending longer and longer every day, and that justice sometimes seems like it's getting further and further away. And unfortunately, this wait for justice, this wait for equality, is not something that's new in our country. Just as the Black residents of Galveston, Texas waited 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation to learn about their freedom, just as we've waited 160 years since the Civil War for those founding promises in the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution to be realized, we find that we're still waiting. And we find that the founding promises, their applicability to all individuals without exception, is still something that we strive for and still something that we unfortunately fall short of today. That's why it's so important for us to be here today, celebrating Juneteenth, gathering in Wakefield and communities across the country to recognize this event. It's important to be here to remember that the fight for equality did not end with the Civil War, and to acknowledge that that fight continues to this day. It's important to be here to recognize that the triumphs and the tragedies of Black history in the United States are an essential part of the American story and American history, and that the diverse cultural legacy of our nation is richer because of all of us. And it's important to be here today to recommit ourselves to always striving to ensure that our community here in Wakefield, but our communities across this country, remain open, welcoming, and inclusive to all, and that the founding promises of our nation are more than just mere words. Your presence today, the time that you're spending doing this on what seems to be a brightening summer evening, gives me hope that Dr. King's moral arc continues to nonetheless bend towards justice. And so it's fitting today that it's not only a commemoration of Juneteenth, but I think also a day of celebration and joy. So thank you so much for being here, being part of this celebration, and Wakefield, happy Juneteenth, everyone.
Back down to my height. I would like to also thank you, John Chines, for your words. I would like to thank Bob Vincent. He was integral in helping this to happen and to helping the flag raisings continue in our town. He also pointed out to me that he brought to my attention that a Wakefield resident was stationed in Galveston, Texas, just after Juneteenth, and his name was First Sergeant Edward T. Jameson. He was a member of the 4th Battery, Massachusetts Volunteer Light Artillery, and was a member of, he was a resident of South Reading at the time, which was what is now Wakefield. And so there is a connection here, and Bob, whoever the historian, helped to point that out to me. And so there are lots of tie-ins, and I think that that is really nice. It has helped us to build the bridges that we have to be able to continue to do this flag raising. And so thank you to Bob. I would also like to say that now is really a time to dig down into our own characters and to show who we are. I think that It seems very much like there's a lot of overwhelming stuff right now, but as the sun is coming out and we are all gathered together and we're showing who we are, I think if we continue to do that and to resist this kind of hatred that is coming at us, I think that we will show our strength and we will be able to fight against the cruelty and the exclusion that you may see out there and show that we are all a lovely community and support each other. So, without further ado, I am going to bring on Keyshawn Little, who is a member of the North Shore Juneteenth Association. And I'd like to let you know that on June 21st, Lynn is going to have a celebration from 11 to 3. Please come out to join that. And without further ado, please come up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wakefield, are y'all awake? Are y'all awake? I'm just checking. All right, let me do a little quiz, a little test real quick, because I'm doing a little experiment in my speech, all right? So I want you to look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, neighbor, I love you. So when I say in my speech, I don't want y'all to look at your neighbor looking crazy, all right? All right, just checking. Good evening, Wakefield. My name is Keyshawn Little. I'm a business owner, I'm a social worker, I'm a football coach, and I'm a neighbor to Wakefield. And I'm a proud member of North Shore Juneteenth Association under the leadership of the first black woman to serve as a council member in Lynn, Madam President Nicole McCain. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you, Madam President Nicole. Early this year, I was honored to be recognized as a part of the Lynn Local Black Excellence. And I have to be honest with you, I almost did not accept that award. Because while many were quick to celebrate me publicly, those same voices often felt silent when it came time to have those hard conversations about the ones about race, equity, and justice and belonging. The truth is, it is easy to cheer for someone's success, like someone that's about to go into retirement. But it's harder to stand beside them and struggle. But then, my first ever black supervisor at the agency I worked at reminded me, you are being recognized for the kind of work many don't see or even want to do, but the work that must be done nonetheless. That stayed with me. So I was not here in Wakefield last year to give you a speech, but last year I was going to each town in the North Shore to give a Juneteenth speech, and I gave them a Juneteenth warning. And I told them what would happen when we didn't heed to the Juneteenth warning. So I'm standing here today not to tell those people I told them so, or not to tell Wakefield that I told y'all so today, but to offer a plan. Because black excellence isn't just about celebration, it's about showing up, speaking out, and staying in the fight. I can't give you a feel-good speech tonight. I wish I could, but what I can give you is the truth. Last Juneteenth, I warned that if we do not take the 2024 elections seriously, we will repeat the mistakes of 1876. And now here we are. The 2024 election results have opened the doors of attacks on civil rights, women's rights, voting rights, and immigration rights. We are watching the undoing of the very protection fought during the civil rights movement. It is deja vu, just like the Compromise of 1877, which handed over black safety in exchange for political peace. We're seeing states walk away from federal protections, claiming they only answer to state laws. History is repeating because America refused to learn. So real quick, after Juneteenth, when Abe Lincoln was killed, he had Andrew Johnson, who was the vice president, because at that time, Abe Lincoln split his Republican Party ticket and he put a Southern Democrat who believed in states' rights on the ticket. He did that because he wanted to secure the white support in the southern states, and he wanted to bring the Confederate states back into the Union and to create a place of unity. But at that time, people wanted to address that you cannot cross the Union. If we are United States of America, we must act united, not separated between border lines. So at that time, when he wanted to bring the Confederate States back into the Union, he brought it at the cost of his life, but at the same time, at the cost of black freedom. Because when that compromise of 1877 put in place, they compromised to allow a Republican president to get in office, but they removed the black federal troops down south that created the era of Jim Crow and white supremacy. Now, I'm telling you this because, again, I was not here last year to tell you what happened after Juneteenth, the Juneteenth day that we celebrate. Slavery was still going on. Delaware, Kentucky did not abolish slavery until December of 1865. Rights were still not being granted. Reconstruction was destroyed. There are a lot of black towns and cities and communities that were built to be promising, but it was destroyed after people did not take what happened after Juneteenth, 1865 seriously. So when I was given this warning, I wanted the people to understand what is at stake. Because when the 1960 came of civil rights, when my ancestors, when your ancestors that was fighting for rights and freedom, they were fighting for civil rights. They were fighting for immigration rights. They were fighting for women's rights. It's because of civil rights, women have access to a bank account. Women are able to exist as human beings without being property of their husband because of civil rights. So when we turn our other cheek and ignore what is going on to our neighbors, what's going on today, we are going to repeat a time that we do not want to happen, where women is submission to their men. They can't do nothing without a man. Do y'all want that? Do y'all want that? Do y'all want that? So I'm telling you, again, we did not take seriously of the warning of Juneteenth, but today is a different day where we can show up and show out and show that we care about our neighbors. This is why Juneteenth isn't just a celebration, it's a warning, a reminder that every inch of freedom in this country has been fought for, and that freedom can always be reversed when we look away. We must not look away now. So I ask you, to the people of Wakefield, how we respond to the pain that echoes the era of America when anything but great for people who look like me. So I ask you, Wakefield, look to your neighbor. Say, neighbor. I can't hear y'all. Neighbor. I love you. Say it like you mean it. Neighbor. Love is an action. Love is change. Love people feel. Love people respond to. So if you're saying, neighbor, I love you, that means I love you because I'm going to show up for you when the time you need me. And this time is right now. Again, I stand before you not with hatred, but hope. Hope that by naming truth, we can build trust. Hope that this town, now home to many families of color and immigrants, can grow into a place of safety and dignity for all its residents. And if you're unsure what to say, and if you're afraid to say the wrong thing, start here. Again, neighbor, I love you. Thank you. I was saying thank you because y'all did that good. Y'all should give yourself a round of applause. Y'all did that good. Rights are being rolled away back quietly. Don't wait until it reaches your doorsteps to care. Have the uncomfortable conversation, people who don't look like you. Step outside of yourself. Second, get involved in your local state elections. Massachusetts does not vote enough. We show up for national races, but we ignore the ones that hit closest to home, like the mayor's race, the city council, especially school board. That's next week. Y'all all should be rested and ready to vote and show out for your neighbor. Let's make sure people who embrace hate, division, and ignorance are nowhere near those offices who are voting next week. School boards decide what our children are allowed to learn. Local officials determine funding, public safety priorities, and whose voices are getting heard. These seats hold real power, and they often decide just by a few voices. We don't need just allies, we need action. We don't need applause, we need accountability. Ask yourself, if it were your child, your family, what kind of community you want to stand around you? Be that community when you look to your neighbor and you said, I love them. Be that community. Be louder than silence. Be braver than comfort, because justice does not live in apologies, it lives in action. In the future, we'll not only remember what we celebrate, but what we had to encourage to comfort. So again, I ask you, be that community that you want to represent for the future, for your people that you love. Join me in supporting the North Shore Juneteenth Association. We're not just about celebration, we're about education, advocacy, and action. Follow us at NS Juneteenth or visit us at nsjuneteenth.com to give your time, talent, and treasure. We are the legacy of those who survived the unimaginable. Let's honor that legacy, not just with words, but with the work. Work that continues whether it's seen, celebrated, or not. Let that work continue in that love that you show for your neighbor. Thank you. May God bless you, and may he continue to bless our beautiful journey forward. Now I'm going to ask y'all one more time, because the next person that's coming up, she has a mighty powerful voice. So I want to make sure that y'all still awake. So neighbor, look to your neighbor. Look to your neighbor. Neighbor, I love you. Neighbor, I love you. All right, next person y'all going to hear from is Michelle LaPoyette. Where's she at? Where'd she go? Oh, you stuck up on me. Hey, there you go. They ready for you.
You sure about that?
I hope so.
All right. Well, hello there, beautiful people. Now, I want to say thank you to everyone that participated in making this possible. I appreciate you more than words. You know why? Because I'm a mother and a grandmother. And I am a woman of color. And I am a Latina, proud Dominican, born here of parents that immigrated to this country in search of, the dream, right? So I don't have a dream. I got a couple of wishes and a couple of questions and a couple of requests. So y'all ready for me? Yeah. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Michelle La Poetica Richardson, and I am the first ever Poet Laureate of the city of Lynn, Massachusetts. Our city is a city of firsts because the people of the oppressed kind of living have been living in my city for a long time and doing the work for a long time. So now we've trickled into positions of power and authority, right? What are we gonna do with all of that? So Kishan asked you guys to tell each other that you love each other. Great. So now that y'all are in love, right? I'm gonna need you to turn to the person to your left and to your right and let them know you are safe with me. And you know what's crazy? It didn't matter if you were saying those words to a woman, to someone of the LGBTQ community, to a senior citizen, to a veteran, to a man, to a police officer, to an elected official, to somebody that doesn't call themselves by the pronouns that they were supposed to call themselves if they were born with certain parts, right? And I'm so happy that y'all are standing, because there's no reason or need to bow here. There's no kings here. There are no kings in our country. So now I have a wish. I wish people of the community, constituency, I wish you looked at your elected officials and told them that you will protect them. So could you do that for me real quick, please? Now there's a person, officer of the law. There she is. Hi, beautiful. How you doing? Can y'all look at this beautiful, precious being and tell her that she will be protected by you? You know why that's necessary? Because when things go awry and it gets ugly here, like it's getting ugly in other parts of our country, they're gonna be between us and them. You understand? And I want you to take a good look at yourself. You know, we're like sprinkles on vanilla ice cream over here on this lawn today. And that also is a message that we need to talk about. We need more people to show up. We need more people to feel comfortable and safe to show up. You understand? So now I got a wish for y'all. I wish everybody learned to love each other as they are. I wish each and every one of you never felt like you had given your all only to still feel like you're not enough. For those of you that are parents, for those of you that are caretaking, I hope you feel like you're enough. Seniors, listen, I want to have a conversation with you before your mind leaves your body, because that's happening. They're taking the minds of our seniors before they can give us their history and their stories. That's something to also be spoken about. They should not be struggling at their age because they already put in the work. They already put in the work, and they did what they were told to do. They did what they were told that they needed to do, so that when they got old and gray, they wouldn't have to struggle or suffer or question whether we're gonna get the next meal from. When I tell you that our senior citizens are precious, valuable people, I tell you that you need to take heed now. Have conversations with them and each other. Have conversations, because through these conversations we connect. We forgot how to connect. If you want to know what it's really about, set some babies free on a lawn. Some babies that have not been indoctrinated with hate. Because hate is learned and it's taught. We can be the difference. Now I got another wish for you. You ready? I wish more people would take off that comfortable mask called patriotism and realize that, like it or not, we are all products of the infamous melting pot that brews the American dream to a dim flame, cutting the gas ball by those that seek to destroy us right before it comes to a boil, thus never allowing it to cook properly. And then they have the nerve to tell me where my allegiance should lie? And I'm not gonna cry, rant, or rave. I'll find some kind of acceptance in being an indentured slave, living from paycheck to paycheck, never being able to call anything mine. And at the end of the day, no matter how hard I work or try, Uncle Sam is the only one eating the quote-unquote piece of the American pie, and it's dream-filling. Tell me how fitting it is that America finds the ways and means to feed the world while the ones that live here are left to die homeless and penniless because of the budget cuts and the downsizing. We're known to feed the bellies of the monsters before their uprising, and then we give them a ticket to fly the plane that swoops down to blow up the hand that feeds them. I find it ironic and even more so pathetic that I can't get help to put my boys through private schools, but they gladly provide the tools to educate those that want to cause harm. And then they want to pass laws to chase away the only workers on the farm. And they don't yield with the ones in the field that work to provide a weak meal to those they left behind. Yet they find it just and quite fine that the murderer of a child can get 3 meals a day, free housing, health insurance, and recreation off my pay. But the hardworking miserables can't stay. And they're forced to live in fear day by day because they don't bear that green ticket in their pocket to the all-you-can-eat buffet of the American dream apple pie that they can't eat. Yes, sir, it's a hell of a lot easier to talk it without putting on those worn-out shoes and trying to walk it, with the weight of supporting a family that you haven't seen in years on your back. All of this because you lack that green ticket in your pocket that says, yes, you can go see your loved ones, and then come back to this nightmare when you're done and return to the daily grind. besides feeling unkind, doesn't your conscience feel a little off whack? As you sit there on your high horse and you tell me to go back to where I came from? I was born right here, you insignificant crumb. And if you look back through the years, you'll see the truth in your family tree. And oh, say you will see someone, 2 or 3 from your family cross these borders by land or sea. It doesn't matter if their names were jotted down in a log in Ellis Island or etched in Plymouth Rock, you fool. None of us are 100%. It's a catch-22. Stitch right into your red, white, and blues now. I'm gonna smile as I remember that you're ignorant, because the only truth is that America equals immigrant. I wrote that poem almost 15 years ago. I have performed that poem all over the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to crowds of all sizes. Why is it still relevant today? You know why? Because we are too quiet, we are too complacent, and we're too quick to acclimate to the toxicity of our environment. Understand, we are at a threat right now, all of us, each and every one of us. It doesn't matter who you think you are. It's not black or white anymore. It's not brown or cream no more. It's rich versus poor, hate versus love. And I guarantee you, if you put love in everything you do, if you walk within your purpose, love will win, without a doubt. Now, before I leave, to welcome my sister Janie to this mic to sing the Black National Anthem, I want to ask that you pay attention to that anthem when she sings it. She sings beautiful, by the way. I'm not just saying that because she's looking at me. But I implore you, do not be afraid. Those that are watching that were too scared to come here today, do not be afraid. Because there's a crowd right here on this lawn that gave their word that they will protect you. Let them come for us. Because you know what? The artists, the creative souls, the poets, the writers, the painters, the dancers, they're going to come for us first. And I proudly signed up as a Buffalo soldier of this revolution. And let it be televised. Let it be televised, because not one person on this lawn, black, white, cream, yellow, purple, polka dotted, not one of us can afford to stay silent anymore. Community organizations have conversations, work with each other. These elected officials can't do it alone. Stop asking them and expecting. Work with them. Help them achieve your goals for your community. They cannot do it alone. The siloing needs to stop. So does the double standard. Because if I'm sitting here as a Latina, as a woman of color, saying, not all of my people are criminals, not all police officers are killers, not all police officers are abusers, not all men are hateful, not all women are weak, all of the stereotypes, burn them to the ground. Burn them to the ground. And any and every establishment that has threatened your right to breathe without being scared, burn it to the ground. Do it with your actions. Do it with the very fire in your soul. You have no excuse to stay silent. And if we work together, we don't have to be afraid of speaking our truth because we're going to lose a paycheck or a title. Ladies, gentlemen, and all of the beautiful people in between, you are not alone. And if anyone makes you doubt your safety, whether or not you are loved and cared for and seen and appreciated, you are safe and seen and loved by me. My bad, I was in my feelings. So this part right now, I have the honor and privilege of introducing to you Miss Janie Davis. Janie is someone that, as a mother, as a single mother, as an entrepreneur, as a dreamer manifested, she stands here as a testament of what each one of us should be. Who here knows what a lighthouse is? I bet. You know what lighthouses are built for, right? To shine, to bring in the ships that are lost at sea, and to withstand the storm. I have the full power and authority to tell you right here, right now, today, that each and every one of you is a lighthouse. Don't be afraid of the storm. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Miss Janie Davis. And we have our Lynn English ROTC department. Give it up for these babies that come out here and give us a demonstration of what we should be, what we can be, what we are right now in this moment.
Thank you. Michelle La Poetica. I have to say, however empowered you feel right now by her, she's gotten me back singing. I wouldn't be here in front of you without her. I used to go to an open mic in Lynn called the Walnut Street Cafe, Density, and she would always encourage me to go and sing. It's like she could see that there was something that was inside of me that wanted to come out. So thank you. Sorry. So how many people here are familiar with the Black National Anthem? Lift every voice and sing. Awesome. So you're welcome to sing along with me as far as you can. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. So is that the part that you guys know? That's it? Just that first part, till victory is won? So I have had the honor of being able to sing this song fully because it tells a story. And I'm proud to be a part of the message. So would you like me to continue? Lift every voice and sing. Thank you. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our people sighed. Oh, we have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. But out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on our way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in our path, we pray. Oh, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God and true to our native land. Thank you so much. I hope you'll take the time and really look into that song. Thank you so much.
So as we wrap up our programming, bring the whole team. Janie, where you going? Come back, come back. Again, can we get a round of applause for our amazing ROTC children? They have been going all over the North Shore and this East Coast of ours doing the thing. I cannot tell you enough how grateful I am in the name of that little baby that's right there. That's my granddaughter. Everything that I've asked of you, everything that we've asked of you, everything that we've implored is for her, is for them, because they deserve better. There's people in this crowd that fought Roe versus Wade and won. How does it feel to have lost that battle years later, decades later? We are the change that we've been waiting for. Never doubt that. You are so much more than what you've been allowed to become. It's never too late if you're still breathing. Remember that. You are all magical.
Now, I want to take y'all back to church because Michelle did that for us today. I want to do that. But I just want to say, like, next year or tomorrow, let us start trying to find ways to keep conversations going, keep showing up for each other, and let's continue to not just show up for a celebration, but actually put what it truly means to understand Juneteenth. I'm hoping next year that we can have celebrations where it's not just a flag raising, but you have a festival right here in your town, and you're just celebrating different cultures of bringing people together and showing how love is being put into action. So I say that because Madam President Nicole McCain, she could not be here today. That is what she's all about when she's running around the city of Lynn and when she's running around this North Shore. She just wants to bring that education, that love, and a way to where we can continue to celebrate each other. Our differences does not make us something is wrong with us. Our differences is what makes the beauty of being a part of America. So I say that because I said I was not going to preach. Our festivity today is over. So please fellowship with each other, take a few pictures, and again, let's work towards for a better tomorrow. Thank you. Oh yeah. Again, don't forget, Saturday, it's not supposed to rain. It rained 12 weeks in a row. But Saturday, on the Commons in Lynn, we have the Juneteenth celebration. Now, if you miss out on the celebration, Lynn is partying all night. You have a music festival on Red Rock from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Red Rocks.
I got news.
I'm going to get you into one more. We got one more.
We got a trolley.
We got a trolley, so you don't have to walk in that hot sun. You get to make it from the Commons to the Red Rock. Also, at Manny Field, there's the summer kickoff party where there's going to be a lot of people there from 1 to 6. So you got 3 events in Lynn. Now, just in case you can't make it there, in Salem, they got the North Shore Pride. There's supposed to be like 50,000 people all up in the North Shore. All I'm saying, each and every one of y'all got something to do on Saturday, and that means sitting in the house and playing your video games or enjoying your retirement. Be out there and fellowship with everybody. All right, now she got news. Go ahead.
That was it, the trolley.
Oh, the trolley. Oh, yeah. I need a trolley right now. Woo.
I'm going to let you, you can, Would you all mind taking a group photo, please? We just really enjoy seeing the faces of the communities that we're touching. So thank you so much.
I agree with her. Let's do a photo. I think last time we brought everybody into maybe that area over there, and then we can do a photo over there. But yes, steps. People can come up onto the steps. I think that's good. Folks, you're doing a really great job. You know, the strategy is to make us tired, but when we listen to songs and we listen to voices and we are all here together, we will not get exhausted, so we can keep going. So come on up. Let's do a picture.